pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's town board meeting. It is November 12th, 2024. First thing on our report is authorization to adopt the 2025 budget. This is the first stage in going through the budget process. Town board members have a budget. Town clerk has the budget. It's a matter of us adopting it as a preliminary.
Well, I think we've all had a chance to take a brief look at it. I'm sure we'll be looking a little bit more. But, Mr. Supervisor, are you in need of a motion
Yes.
for this resolution? Then I would like to move for Resolution 426-24 to adopt the preliminary 2025 budget.
Thank you. Motion by Lori.
I'd like to second that, please.
Motion second by Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is to call for a public hearing for the preliminary budget. This will be a public hearing so that the residents in town have the opportunity to review it. They will be able to get a copy of this as of tomorrow, I believe. It'll be on the website now that it's approved. So the next public meeting is
Tuesday, November 26th.
25th,
6th.
26th. When's Thanksgiving?
28th.
28th, it's late
Yeah.
this
It's
year.
late this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, public hearing for the preliminary budget for November 26th.
Move for approval, please?
Motion by Lori,
Second.
second by Danielle. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is to call for a public hearing to consider a local law authorizing the town board to exceed the 2% tax cap. Town board is in discussion on the budget of the possibility of having to exceed the cap of 2%, which will be discussed from now until we adopt it.
I'll move for approval.
Motion by Mark,
Second.
second by Danielle. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And that will also be the 26th.
26th, yes.
Okay.
Would have been good to mention that.
That's good.
Next item is call for a public hearing to consider a hardship variance from the battery storage moratorium submitted by New Leaf Energy. Pursuant to Section 3 of the moratorium, within 60 days of receipt, December 9th, 2024, the town board must hold a public hearing to consider whether New Leaf's application for a battery storage facility can move forward before the planning and zoning boards. The factors which the town board may, but is not limited to, consider are the following. The proximity of an applicant's premises or subject of an applicant's request for relief to natural resources, including but not limited to prime agricultural soils, wetland areas, conservation districts, and other areas of environmental concern. 2, the impact of the proposed application on the applicant's premises and upon the surrounding area. Number 3, compatibility of the proposed application with the existing land use and character of the area and general proximity to the subject of the application and its effect upon the aesthetic resources of the community. 4, compatibility of the proposed application with the recommendations of any administrative body charged with such review by the town of Mount Pleasant. 5, the written opinion of the town of Mount Pleasant Planning Board and the town of Mount Pleasant Building Inspector that such application may be jeopardized or made impractical by waiting until the moratorium is expired. Number 6, evidence specifying in detail the nature and level of any alleged hardship imposed on the property owners as a result of this moratorium. Number 7, such other considerations and issues that may be raised by the town board. So we can call a public hearing. We can do that November 26th also.
If you want to do 3, yeah, that's the next one.
I think the only reason is because we have a December
It'll be
9th
a long day.
date. I think it has to be.
Yeah, that one has to be.
timing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's
Right.
a timing issue. So.
yeah.
Oh, so we have to do it then? November 26th.
So November 26th would be the public hearing to consider the hardship.
Yeah, 'cause the next one will be the 10th. Actually, the 17th.
Need a motion and a second on that.
Move for approval, please.
Motion by Mark,
Second.
second by Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is purchase order 162-2422, plan review for Immortal Fitness, 1 Zeiss Drive in Thornwood. I have some details here. GHW plan review. Plan review for Immortal Fitness. Project cost is $400,000 with a building permit fee of $6,090. Total cost $2,100.
Move for approval, please.
Motion by Lori,
Second.
second by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is purchase order 162-2423, plan review for Regeneron MDF rooms, 1 Rockwood Road in Sleepy Hollow. These are rooms that are being renovated for IT purposes. The rooms need to be temperature controlled, air quality, and all that stuff. Let's see what the... It's also a JHW plan review. This is for Regeneron located at 1 Rockwood Road over Sleepy Hollow. 2 new MDF rooms. The cost of the project, $849,119, with a building permit fee of $12,827. Total cost for review is $3,400.
Move for approval, please.
Motion by Danielle,
Second.
second by Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is purchase order 122501. This is for our 2025 ALS services. We had a presentation by WEMS, which is Starnet Energy Services, last week to go over their budget. Total annual cost for providing this service is $1,251,227. That's broken up into different ambulance districts and Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow, Hawthorne, Mount Pleasant West, Pleasantville, and Valhalla.
An essential service, I move for approval, please.
I second that. They're doing a great job, and I second it, please.
Motion by Lori, second by Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is acceptance of a performance bond, the amount of $390,000 for Stafford Lot improvement at 200 Lake Road. $390,000
Mechanical.
Lake Road. Where's 200 Lake Road? This is a request from our town engineer and superintendent of water and sewer. Again, the bond amount is $390,000.
Move for approval, please.
Motion by Lori,
Second.
second by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is authorization for the Justice Court to enter into an agreement with Language Line Services. It's my understanding that is a online
Interpreter.
Interpreter, I
So,
guess.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's actually live voice.
Yeah.
I think it's a phone service.
It's a phone service where you call in and there's an interpreter on the other end. And it's especially helpful in languages other than English and Spanish that we have staff to be able to help people in our courts. But many of the other languages, and there are many that come through the court. So I think this would be an excellent idea.
I thought my iPhone did that now.
So I would move for approval on this.
Thank you. Motion by Lori,
Second, please.
second by Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Noreen, our town clerk, town controller, said that this item does not need a purchase order at this time. However, if approved, it will need a purchase order to move forward. So it's a timing issue. Next item, authorization to accept revised easement agreement for road relocation for New York City DEP property. As you know, the work being done on Columbus Avenue, relocating Westlake Drive. This is an easement agreement with New York City DEP.
Move for approval?
Motion by Mark,
Second.
second by Danielle. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Our investment report, town's current rate of interest is 4.25%. At this time, we have business from the floor. Anybody wish to discuss anything you want with the board is welcome to do so at this time. Seeing there are no speakers, I would like to move on to our town clerk, Emily's report.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening, everyone. Town Clerk's Report, Town Board Meeting, November 12th, 2024. Received and filed the Town of Mount Pleasant 2025 preliminary budget, the Library Board minutes from the September 26th meeting, the 2025 adopted budgets from the following fire districts: Pecanico Hills, Valhalla, and Newcastle, 10 Planning Board resolutions, 6 Sawmill River Road site plan approval and SECRA negative declaration, the 146 Broadway negative declaration, Puccarelli accessory apartment approval, Brighton and Bradhurst Avenue business office building with storage barn, lot line adjustment approval, site plan approval and steep slope permit, 67 Leroy wetland permit and site plan approval, and 146 Broadway site plan approval. Also received and filed 2 zoning board resolutions, Amanda Mochia and Kevin Nicholson at 561 Manhattan Avenue, and Michael Timothy Pierce, 12 Far Hill Lane. Received and filed 2 residential small claims and 9 commercial cases, and 2 notices of claim, James Spano versus Town of Mount Pleasant and Carlos Giussemi versus Town of Mount Pleasant.
Thank you. Items 6 and 7 would be referred to our town attorney. Moving on to council reports. Councilman Saliano.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My report is from the police department. We have several items for you for this evening. The first item is a purchase order 30-24-37. It's for traffic camera mounting arms, the Vendors Light Concepts Ltd. They're located in Thornwood, New York, and this is for 12 black, 12-foot-long double truss camera mounting arms for wood poles with external keyway, and they were $537 each. The freight charge was $200. The grand total is $6,644. I move for approval, please, for this purchase order.
Motion by Tom,
Second.
second by Lori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Mr. Supervisor, we have another purchase order, number 30-24-38. This is for mobile radios. They're Kenwood NX 5700 mobile radios with P25 license, remote control heads and programming, New York State contract PT 69525, accounted for in the 2024 budget. The total cost is $3,408.62. I move for approval, please.
Motion by Tom,
Second.
second by Danielle. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The third item is, again, purchase order 30-24-39, police radios. And this is a memo from Police Chief Oliva. We're getting radios from the town or the village of Harrison. There's 20 radios at $200 apiece. The total cost is $4,000. I move for approval, please.
Motion by Tom,
Second.
second by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The fourth item is a purchase order number 30-24-40, police console replacement equipment and installation. This is a federal grant. And I'll read what the chief wrote to us. As the final component of the police communications renovation, the department was endeavoring to replace outdated police radio dispatch consoles. The police department secured a federal grant that will reimburse the town for the expenditures of funds to purchase 3 police dispatch radio communications consoles. The equipment includes all the necessary hardware, software licensing, and labor. The radio vendor is Goodstown Communications. The vendor has extended relationship with the town and is the current vendor of an ongoing radio communications infrastructure project. Again, this is a federal grant. The total price is $406,829.20. And again, we got a grant of $815,000 that's going to cover this. So I move for approval for these police dispatch consoles.
Motion by Tom,
Second.
second by Danielle. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, the fifth item is police computers. These computers are going to be used to process license plate reader images. The vendor's Digital Surveillance Solutions, DSS. Again, it's for PD. The total cost is $7,806.80. I move for approval, please.
Motion by Tom,
Second.
second by Lori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, the sixth item, Mr. Supervisor, is authorization to hire traffic safety seasonal and part-time maintenance laborers effective November 13th, 2024. And authorization is requested to hire 1 seasonal maintenance laborer and 1 part-time maintenance laborer. If approved, this will be effective as of November 13th, 2024. And there's 2 recommendations, they're both being paid $20 per hour. And I move for approval, please.
Motion by Tom,
Second.
second by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, the last item, number 7, is authorization to hire a part-time police dispatcher effective November 13, 2024. We're fortunate enough to have one of our retired officers, Officer Ronald Gagnon, who has extensive experience in police communications and expressed his desire to return to service. I spoke to the chief today. This gentleman's going to come aboard. He's got a tremendous amount of experience. He's going to be a big asset for dispatch, and he's going to be paid $25 per hour. I move for approval, please.
Motion by Tom,
Second.
second by Lori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And that's my report. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilwoman Zano.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening, fellow board members and residents of Mount Pleasant. I have 4 items today from our Highway Department. My first, I'm sorry, my computer. My first item is purchase order 50-24-15. The vendor is Tremont Offset. This is for the 2025 sanitation and recycling guides that we all get mailed to our homes. 10,000 copies for a total cost of $5,300. That includes mailing and distribution. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Danielle,
Second.
Lori, you can-
Lori?
Oh,
second by Lori.
it's okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. My next item is Resolution 444-24. This is authorization to release bond for street opening permit 6441. The work performed under the following street opening permit has been completed and the road restored to the highway superintendent's satisfaction. Name is NAR Contracting. Bond amount was $20,000. This is for work performed on Legion Drive. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Danielle,
Second?
second by Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. My next item is also for a release bond, Resolution 445-24. Again, the work performed under the following curb cut permit 1500 has been completed and the road restored to the satisfaction of the highway superintendent. Name is Panny Industry. The bond amount was $360 for work performed on North Kensico Ave in Valhalla. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Danielle,
Second.
second by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
My next item is Resolution 446-24. This is again for a release bond for street opening permit, permit number 6432. The work performed under the following street opening permit has been completed and the road restored to the highway superintendent's satisfaction. The name again is Panny Industries. Bond amount was $600 for work performed on North Kensico Avenue in Valhalla. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Danielle,
Second?
second by Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Councilman Saraceno.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening, everybody. I'm going to take you through our comptroller's memo under Resolution 447-24. Starting with payments, in the general fund accounts receivable, payment to MTA Metro North for other charges related to Valhalla train station in the amount of $957.36. Out of the comptroller's fund, 5,000 window envelopes for mailing, $599.75. Out of the receiver of taxes, payments for a new desktop printer, in addition to envelopes as well, totaling $1,397.15. Attorney fees, there are 9 items, nine separate issues that our town attorneys have been working on. Harris Beach totaling $42,691.33. For the engineering department, continuing education for our town engineer, $451.60. Thompson and Bender, our monthly retainer payment for special consulting services, $2,000. In the highway garage, we have commercial service for our main highway building, in addition to various other electrical work, cameras being installed, and lighting, totaling $8,149.67. Train station cleaning for the month, payments made to Midwestchester Lawn Service for $1,000. Department of Public Safety, a new car upfit on one of our new Chevy Tahoe police patrol vehicles. This is $3,170 for all the police bells and whistles. Safety inspection for our elevators, totaling $4,650. For senior citizen trips, we have trips being made to, and payments being made to New York Botanical Gardens for a senior trip of 50% deposit, in addition to coach bus transportation to JTR Transportation Company, $3,241. Recreation Administration, a purchase of a tent and table covers totaling $2,053. Bradhurst Community Center, parts for a generator to RJG Electrical Contracting LLC, $2,273. Heating oil for our main rec center, $3,750.64. Tree work being performed at the town pool, pruning trees in advance of the upcoming season, $8,400. Youth programs, total expenses of $9,864.25. General repairs, various parts and supply products in addition to paving materials, and the largest item being a Leeboy asphalt paver, which is a large piece of equipment for the highway department. And then rental of signboards that you saw on Pleasant Manor Drive, the LED signs being rented for that project, totaling $109,430.37. Highway Department for machinery, we have a total of $8,643.60. Kensco Capital Projects, various parts and materials totaling $17,020.75. In the Valhalla Refuse District, a payment for a piece of equipment for waste wood treatment, grinding up the old trees and stumps, $864.74. And a similar payment in the Mount Pleasant Refuse District for the same item, $3,458.94 being allocated to Mount Pleasant Refuse District. And then for our various, I'll start with the Mount Pleasant Consolidated Sewer District, payments to Benfield Electric Supply Company for a whopping amount of $41.92. Probably could have glossed that one over. Joint Water District Fund, payments for parts and valve repair stock, $3,630.58. Pecanical Water District, chemicals totaling $3,959.47, and for Kensco Water District, chemicals as well, totaling $6,338.45. Grand total for tonight's comptroller memo, $248,037.57. I'll make a motion for approval.
Motion by Mark,
Second.
second by Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you all. Have a good night.
Councilwoman Smalley.
Good evening, everyone. I have 4 items this evening. The first item is Purchase Order 70-24-59. The vendor is Hempstead Line Mercury Motors Corporation. It's for Parks and Rec, and the description is 1, 2025 Ford F-350 pickup truck with plow and rear liftgate. The total cost is $67,717.20. Move for approval.
Motion by Lori,
Second.
second by Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The next item is Purchase Order 70-24-60. The vendor's Peter J. Landy. This is through Parks and Recreation, and it's concrete replacement at the town pool complex. Saw cut and remove the broken sections of decking as discussed, and pour new 5-inch concrete decking reinforced. The total cost is $11,880. Move for approval.
Motion by Lori,
Second.
second by Danielle. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The next item, Purchase Order 70-24-61, is DeNuro Chevrolet Incorporated, and that's up in Albany, and this description is for 1 2023 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 with bed cap. Total cost is $51,649.52. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Lori,
Second.
second by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The next and last item is Purchase Order 70-24-62. The vendor is MTE Equipment Solutions Incorporated from West Henrietta, New York. Again, through Parks and Rec. The description is 1 Smithco Sandstar E Field Maintainer. Battery-powered field maintainer used to set ball fields and grade athletic fields. The total cost is $34,748.80. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Lori,
Second.
second by Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. That's my report for this evening.
Thank you. Town Attorney's Office, do we have anything?
Nothing at this time.
It's a good thing. Next item is our scheduled meetings. Next work session will be Tuesday, November 19th at 7 PM. The business session will be Tuesday, November 26th at 7 PM. Next item is authorization to change the business session date to Monday, December 23rd. That's for our December meeting. Instead of meeting on Thanksgiving, we'll do it on the Monday before. The resolution 452 will approve that.
So moved?
Wait a minute.
That's for
Wait, that's Christmas.
No, we're talking
Is
about
that
Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas Eve.
23rd, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Instead
So the
of
day
meeting on
before Christmas Eve.
Get
That's what he
my
meant, yeah.
holidays mixed up.
He
But you-
he thought it was November.
I'll motion for approval, please.
Motion by
Yes.
Danielle,
Second.
second by Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Very good.
I'll ask for motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Lori,
Second.
second by Tom. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night,
Have a good
everyone.
evening.
Stay warm. It's cool out there.
Have a good Christmas.